members of the XOXkit, and in this video I'm going to take you through the first two projects in the first kit that we're releasing. So in your kit you would have received instruction sheets. These will have the basic step-by-steps to both of these projects, but if either of them confused you, hopefully this video will clear up any questions that you have. So the first project we're doing is the gold foil print. So in your box you've been given laser prints, some foils and some baking paper. What you're going to do is grab one of your prints. You'll notice that we've put crop marks on it. So if you have a metal ruler and a cutting board and a scalpel, perfect. Line up your crop marks and cut it. If, like most people, you don't, what you can do is grab something that you know is straight. Line up your crop marks, like so. Hold them together and use your scissors to cut along that line. I've prepared one earlier, so you don't have to sit there and watch me cut. So what you want to do is, I'm going to show you how to use the laminator for this first print. You want to put your gold foil print with the gold side up, and you want to put it into your baking paper, which you have unraveled and folded in half. What you're going to do is feed it through your laminator. Please be careful, the laminator is very hot. A laminator runs at generally between 220 and 240 degrees. One of the cheaper ones will run at about that temperature. Your irons will generally run at about 180 degrees, so if you're going to use an iron instead, make sure you put down some fabric to protect it and then run the iron over the top, and you'll have to use the iron for a lot longer than if you were using a laminator because the heat's a lot lower. If you're using a hair straightener, which I will show you in a moment, they run at 300 degrees plus, so you can quickly run the straightener over and it will be done. So straight away you can take out your print and pull the gold foil off, and there's your gold print. You've also been given a bunch of different designs just for you to cut out and play with. So just quickly I'm going to show you how to use your hair straightener. You can actually use, if there's leftover parts of your foil, you can cut them off and use them as well. But there's not enough room on that one, so I'm going to use a new piece. Place it in your baking paper again. There we go. Now please be very careful, because it is very hot. So you just want to run your straightener over it very quickly. Oop, and there I've burnt myself. There you go. So let's put them aside. We'll use this print again in a moment. And I'm just going to move the hot utensils away from myself before I burn myself again. The next project is the wooden frame for the print. You've been supplied almost everything you need here, but I really do suggest that you have a pair of tweezers. You don't have to have them, but it may prevent you from getting your fingers smushed. Also, I really suggest having a tissue if you're as messy as I am. So what you're going to do is lay out your wooden pieces as if they were going to be the frame, like so. You've been supplied glue. This is a different packet of glue, same principles, PVA glue for wood. What you want to do with your glue is snip the end off with some scissors, and then it'll be ready to go. So you want to put a little bit of glue on the ends, not so much that it goes all over the place. And this end. Stick those on. And you can see that I've put too much on because it's coming out. Not to worry. For most of my artworks, I get my partner or my father-in-law to do the framing. So they're the experts at this one. Put this in here. squeeze them together and then wipe off any excess glue. Be sure you'll have a bit more time and you can do a little bit of a neater job than I've done. So you've also been supplied V-nails. They've come in big chunks. They don't look like there's 8 V-nails there, but there are. So use your fingernails and separate them all. You'll then notice that there's a sharper end to the V-nails. So what you want to do, you're going to put 2 in each corner. So make sure you've got enough room. Line them up like so. Use your tweezers so that you don't injure yourself. Hold them there. You've also been supplied a hammer. If you've got your own hammer, I suggest using that, but this one is for people that don't have their own hammer. Make sure your wood's together. And so on. So you're going to add another one on the top there and then 2 to each of the corners. So once that's done, you're going to want to leave it for about an hour to dry. I'm not going to sit here for an hour. So I've got one that we prepared earlier. Once it's dry from the glue, you want to sand it down. Just a really light sand. We're giving you some really light sandpaper. So just sand everything down, wipe it off with a tissue, and then you're going to use the wood stain if you want to. You don't have to stain it if you don't want to, and you've got a brush to stain as well. The important thing when you're staining it is to brush with the grain of the wood rather than against it. This frame here has been stained 4 times. So we put a light coat on, wiped it down with a tissue, let it dry for an hour. Then put another coat on, wiped it down with a tissue, let it dry for an hour. Make sure to remember to get all inside the frame as well. Try and do all the surfaces that you're going to see once it's hanging. So once that's done, let it dry for the final time once you're happy with how dark it is. And then we're going to add our print. So flip your frame, put your print in it like so. You've then been given some foam core, which will fit perfectly into your frame. You're going to use your washi tape to tape the edges. I suggest doing all the edges, but for the moment I'm just going to do those 2. And the last thing you've got is your sawtooth hanger. So you're going to put this at the top. Just double check that that's the top. Yes. And you're going to use your little hammer to hammer it in. And you're done, ready to hang. So we would love to see what you do with your frames and your prints. Please feel free to tag us on Facebook or use the hashtag XOXkit. Otherwise, we're happy to have any feedback or any ideas you have for more kits. So, thank you.